Daybreak's, it's a good map. It's a fun map, a good two-player map. My favorite feature of the map is the little blue squares all around the place that tell your overlords where to go. I love those quite a bit.
Yep.
We would tell you guys where the players are spawning and what's going on. Now we can see it.
Man, would you consider that cheating? That he's not wearing that Slayer's jacket? Everybody knows it gives you extra power.
Yeah, I think we have to explain this a
Okay,
little bit.
after I introduce the players.
Okay, sure.
Or do you want to do it? I think you should do it.
Okay. Spawning in the top right-hand position, the Zerg player representing Infinity 7. It is crazy moving.
You know what I like?
Is that a cool voice?
I liked it, but you know what I think is really cool? When people are having like an online cast, and then they have like this moment of silence afterwards, like they're waiting for the crowd to cheer, but it's an online cast.
We'll do that for Ryung.
Yes.
Okay. And down in the bottom left-hand corner, the red Terran, who has discarded the famous jacket. Again, spawning in the bottom left, it is Ryung. We got one fan in the house.
Woo!
Thanks, Rossi.
Terran fighting!
All right, so the Slayer's jacket.
Slayer's jacket. You go for it, man.
You want me to tell the story?
Yes.
Okay.
You're a good storyteller.
So, Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in Kiev. Kevin Muir there, casting and hanging out with the players and doing that whole thing. You guys may recall that MMA won that whole event. Yes. He showed up and he was a boss.
He was.
But there were a couple times when he would go into a game, he sits down at his desk, he's wearing his Slayer's shirt, just kind of doing his thing. He's looking at his little sheet of paper, which had his builds on it. True story, MMA has a sheet of paper that says what builds he's going to do. Yeah. There's never more than 3 on that sheet of paper, then he just plays. But there were a couple times when he would lose a game, like a first game in a series, and it was like, oh wow, that's a big upset. MMA losing to a foreigner in a tournament that he's expected to win. Every time after a loss, he would go and put on the jacket.
The jacket. That jacket.
So the story of the jacket is before he left Korea, Boxer came to him and said, "My son,
if you're in trouble,
if you're ever in trouble, wear my jacket. It is. I have transferred my powers to it.
Don't be afraid to use it.
It will make you strong." And MMA would put on the jacket, and never in his entire StarCraft career has he ever dropped a game wearing the Boxer jacket.
Well, unless I am here. I don't actually hear game sounds, man.
I hear game sounds.
But I don't hear drone spawning. No, we were here. Because we saw this one Marine almost intercepting this Overlord. Crazy Moving is, by the way, known for his TVZ. It's one of his favorite matchups. Actually, it is his favorite matchup. I make it sound like there are 10 options. It is his favorite matchup. However, Ryung is up 1-0.
Yeah, well, Ryung's also known for having very good TVZ. So I think it's a great matchup, and the first game was really quite close in my opinion. Again, we see the fast expansion here from Ryung, the bunker near the ramp, which is so smart.
Yeah.
We saw exactly why in the last game when those Lings tried to run up and just got shredded on the ramp.
Once more, he's opening Reactor Hellion. He is on double refinery, so of course we're going to keep a close eye on his main base, see if he goes with that Cloak Banshee once more.
Yeah, he does have that same buildup of gas that he had in the previous game, so it's still quite plausible that he could throw down a starport.
If you didn't tune in last week and you wonder how these two guys are doing in the league, Crazy Moving had a bye last week, so he did not play. This is his first game in the NASL Season 3, and Ryung lost against Hero. 2-1 or 2-0 was it?
2-0,
all right.
I do believe. I think Hero was just outright dominant, which should be no surprise to anybody. Hero is a very strong Protoss player.
Man, I did my write-ups about that game and I actually forgot if it's 2-0 or 2-1. Anyway, Ryung lost his first game of the new season. 2-0 against Hero. I'm just gonna say it's 2-0.
I'm like 90% sure that it was 2-0.
Me too. We see the starport going up, and once more there's already a tech lab on this barracks, so
becoming such a standard opener for Korean Terran players.
Never change the winning team, man.
I mean, it's such a good build. You get the fast expand, the Hellions give that whole creep denial map control thing, and then the Banshee is just there. It's almost like Reaper expand. It's a great scout with the opportunity for bonus damage.
I was about to say, you're not going to say that you actually like this build more than Reaper expand.
No, I would never say that, because Reaper expand is the best build in any matchup.
Even in TVT.
If I played Terran, I would only go Reaper expand. Maybe I'll switch. Probably make rank 1 Grandmaster, because that's the power of Reaper expand. Just ask Cloud. Cloud will tell you.
We have 4 Hellions on the map right now. Ryung wants to make sure that Crazy Moving is not going for some crazy quick third base. Do you see what I did there?
I do. But look at this. Again, the same exact situation unfolding here.
The Hellions are not as close as they were on Ohana, though, so this time Crazy Moving will be able to keep quite a few Lings alive.
I kind of think he could have tried to fight the Hellions a little bit first, like send a couple Lings at the Hellions, just make sure that Ryung is looking there and then try the run by. But maybe that's nitpicking a bit too much.
Once more, pretty quick additional command center for Ryung. So he's going to be on 3 base. Once more, it's going to give him a crazy economy. But look at that production tab. 14 drones on the way right now for Crazy Moving. So hopefully for Ryung, he's going to be able to pick off quite a few drones. Otherwise, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble,
there's
man.
no detection.
Nope. He has an evolution chamber though. I already checked his natural, but once more, there's no detection.
Oh dear.
But there's no cloak
there's
either.
No cloak.
No.
So what are we worried about? This time, Crazy Moves is playing double Evo chamber, so it looks like it's going to be a Zergling-based style, maybe a Ling Infester. It's not, it's not impossible for him to go play Mutas here, but
I actually don't like where he's going right now with his Banshee, because you could already say he's a little bit trapped. If the queen positions here.
Hotel California, you can never leave. Except the Banshee's just going to fly right out the top.
Yeah, okay, because there is no queen there right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, queen is going to get a few hits up. That's what I meant, by the way, guys. And if the Banshee would have been lower on HP, he would have been even more trouble.
A Spore Crawler there, he would have never gotten out.
As you said, man, the Infestation Pit is going down. Burrow being resourced as well, so we might see some crazy Baneling burrows, and I love that, man. It's my favorite in TVC.
Could be that. It could also just be some sneaky infestors. There is no Baneling nest after all.
That is true. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see Baneling nest eventually. Maybe we see both, man. Maybe we're both right. Do you ever think about that? Instead of being so selfish, I want to be right alone.
I'm not trying to be selfish, bro. I mean, you can be right too.
I know, bro. Just doing your job. Ooh,
Hellion's gonna give some chase, but the Hellions are being microed pretty well. If they get a never mind. One Hellion will get picked off.
Oh, look at those queens.
Wow.
Quite ballsy.
These are some bold queens, going where no queen has gone before. Off creep. Giving chase. Are they gonna get a Banshee?
Wow.
Looks like no.
He did pick off 2 additional
Hellion.
Hellions, so I like that. Let's continue with the upgrades straight away. 1-1 is down for the Zerglings, and potentially the Banelings. 2-2 is on the way. Penetrating Lens being researched. Burrow, I'm loving it so far of Crazy Moving. Other than the fact that he's supply blocked right now and he has a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer.
I think he's gonna make 6 Overlords. He's on 4 right now, and then
I say just I don't know. I would love to throw my coin in here.
Wow, he just lost an additional Overlord to.
Oh, there's 5.
6. Give me 6.
8. $1, Bob.
Not bad.
8 Overlords is the magic number. One thing that Crazy Moving is lacking a bit is the creep spread. The Hellions did a good job of denying that early on.
I love this single Viking, by the way, always from
It's especially good against Infestor styles.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, of course, because with Infestor styles, it's going to be a lot harder to control the skies, and you're much more susceptible for drops. However, if you're Stefano, you just have some sixth sense where you always know where the Terran is going to drop.
Stefano has sensor towers.
Yes. It's pretty unfair. But yeah, of course, Vikings make it so much Overlords make it in general so much easier to spot drops. However, if there's a single Viking, that's not going to work.
I thought those Lings might try to pick a fight with those Marines. Instead, they're going to turn around the Banshees, making things a little bit tricky. You can see a single Zergling blocking the
oh, look at this. What a hero Zergling. He spotted that dropship.
This Viking's still flying around paying for himself. That's his 3rd Overlord kill.
Yep. Not bad.
Not bad at all, Roddy.
Yeah, it is annoying Zerglings, but very good job. That's why I love Quick Burrow as well. There's so much you can do with it. And he can basically just burrow a Zergling all around the map, which is exactly what he does. It's so smart.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a creep tumor that doesn't, it's not so obvious.
This is kind of bad though. 3 Overlords over here. Tom Cruise is going to have a blast.
Oh my gosh.
As we already said, Tom Cruise always comes back. Even if it's in a different game.
Back in game 2. It's like a bad movie sequel.
Man, I'm so sad they never made a sequel to Top Gear. Top Gear. That would have been so cool. Would have probably been the best movie of all times.
What do you think this thing is with the lights? Just left a little bit. No, down and left. Down, left.
Ben,
that thing. What is that?
Sure.
It's a big thing.
It's a tower. It's like a prison guard tower.
Do you think it can shoot?
Nope. Ultralights can being added already. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, really fast hive. Like a 13-minute hive. It's one of the faster hives you can have. Marine's going to come and try to be annoying at this bottom left
positioning.
base, or bottom right base, and they will be annoying as Lings can't really engage there.
Oh, Fungo! Nice split, or at least a little bit of a split. Forcing 2 classes to use 2 Fungo. Oh, that was a weird Fungo on this.
He wants to try to kill the medevac, but there's not. Oh,
I don't agree with that at all, because if he's actually going to make this real push, he could have used the energy so much better than really trying to desperately kill the single medevac.
Only 45 Lings on the map against 47 Marines. That's a tough fight to win. Yeah. But Ryung doesn't appear to be in any sort of hurry to go out and engage. These Banshees are being so annoying.
He does drop a Fungo on one of these Banshees. Tom Cruise is still having the time of his life. Yeah, baby.
What's up, guys?
Can't touch me now.
5th base spotted. Command.
Man, this is such a hero scout.
Yeah, sees the push coming. And a big counter, and this is what I love. He can sack this third base. It's just 300 minerals. And these Lings are going to do some damage. That's a lot of oh, why didn't they fight?
I'm afraid of those Marines. That means that he's going to sacrifice his base over here in the right bottom side of the map. Now he's going for it again, though, Ben, with the Infestors.
With the Infestors here, it's going to be a little bit different, but there's also a Siege tank, and while he will do some good damage, I don't know that it's enough. The Infestors are going to have to get back if he's going to have any chance of defending his natural and his third base. Maybe misplayed a little bit by Crazy Moving. Ryung is definitely taking control right now.
Yep, he's dealing so much damage. Took out this base pretty much in the middle of the map, despite not killing the edge yet. Crazy Moving is going to try to make a stand.
Stream in, and is actually very close. Infestor comes. Doesn't get the fungal down. The Banshee shoots it down. Great play by Ryung.
One ultra on the map. No, it's just not enough.
GG by Crazy Moving, and that is -1 prediction point for Bitter.
Everything comes a little too late. Ryung takes the series 2-0.
I'm not sure how I feel about that game. I mean, Crazy Moving, excuse me, Ryung played it pretty brilliantly. The Banshees were all-stars there, flying around.
Yeah, I like that he never really sacrificed the Banshees. Often you see a Terran opening, it's like, all right, 4 drone kills, now let's get 6 and lose my Banshee. Now instead he had the Banshees all along. So despite Crazy Moving having a great scout with those burrowed Zerglings, I think Ryung had a great scout as well, just being active with his Banshees. And I loved how many Overlords he picked off with Tom Cruise.
You're right. You're right. And those are the kind of things that are a little bit harder to deal with Infestor styles.
Yeah.
Banshees are a little bit more annoying. Vikings are a little bit more annoying. And Crazy Moving just didn't make the proper steps to make sure that he didn't take big damage. His creep spread wasn't that good. His queens weren't that active. He never built spore crawlers anywhere.
And the only counter he really made didn't work out.
Right. And I swear I feel like if he'd just gone the first time that he could have surrounded and killed those Marines.
I agree.
But
because the tank wasn't siege on that moment either, make it so much easier. What I still wonder about, Ben, do you agree with the fact that he didn't make a single baneling? I mean, he tried to get quicker ultras. He had a really quick hive. He had amazing upgrades. So if those ultras are actually there, he could probably get away with it. But
it's hard. It's hard to say. If you, just like you pointed out, if you went for the banelings, he wouldn't have been able to get a super fast hive. That tech wouldn't have come, but the tech didn't help.
No.
So
maybe you should have got the banelings.
Hard to say. Hard to say.